Shalom Israel, this brother Jakim from 12 Tribes Culture. What we've been reading Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach. Alright? This is one of my favorite books out of the Apocrypha. Remember, these records were written by black men, Israelites. Alright? They are not credited, through these years. And the Most High say all secrets must be found out. Now, in the 12 tribes today, all right, you could identify the real 12 tribes by the evil that's happening to them, by the hand of the other nations, okay? The 12 tribes consist of 12 nations. Judah, which is the Negroes, okay? Mostly, predominantly in America. Of course, they are also in Africa. Benjamin, which is the West Indians. Levi, okay, which are the so-called Haitians. Ephraim, which are the so-called Puerto Ricans. When I say so-called, remember these names, and that's how you know who we are. These names were deliberately given to us in slavery to separate us from knowing eventually who we are. In the Bible, all them nations are still there, brothers and sisters. Okay? There's no new people that popped up in the world. Okay? Everybody's still here. The nations and the descendants of those people in the Bible. Alright? Manasseh, which are the so-called Cubans. Simeon are the so-called Dominicans. Reuben are the so-called Seminole Indians. Gad, the Native American Indians, North American Indians. Naphtali are those people in Argentina and Chile. Zebulon, those people in Guatemala to Panama. And Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. And Issachar are the so-called modern-day Mexicans. Alright? So, in Ecclesiasticus chapter 1, okay, it actually goes more into wisdom. It says, wisdom, all wisdom cometh from the Lord, and is with him forever. Okay. Verse 12, the fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart, and giveth joy and gladness, and a long life. So it's like you fear the Most High, he's going to make sure that you have a long life. Alright? And how you fear the Most High is by keeping his commandments, keeping his laws. Verse 14, it says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. All right? You jump over to chapter 2. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare for temptation. These are basically famous scriptures that you would hear Israelites read over and over, especially, during camp or during the service, during the new moon. These scriptures are very foundational scriptures. Okay, verse chapter 2, it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Okay, cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy end, at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. And then it says, gold, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. So, it's like when you come into this truth, just know for sure that you're going to go through it. If you've been in this truth 4, 5, 6 years, you already done seen all kind of stuff. Been through all kind of hell. And you're just praying to the Most High. He just bring you up on the other side, just flawless, with no problems. Of course, we're going to have problems, but of course what I mean is it's going to be less stress, and the Most High is just going to be controlling everything, making sure most of the time things go smooth. Okay? Chapter 2, it says, hear me, your father, O children, and do thereafter, that he may be safe. Okay, this is verse 1 of chapter 3. All right, it says, "For the Lord had given the father honor over the children, and had confirmed the authority of the mother over the son." So the man, the head, okay, is who is over the child. Okay, and the Most High blesses that order because the Most High sets the man up in charge, and at the end of the day, the father is the one who should, delegate responsibilities and let everybody know, and he's the one that's going to be giving blessings to his firstborn child or all his kids. Okay, verse 5 it says, "Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children." That's wisdom. That's wisdom all day, and when he maketh his prayers, he shall be heard. So somebody who honors their father, if you know your father, you honor them. How you honor your father? Basically by, telling them that you love them. Sometimes you could buy them gifts, giving them a party, sending them on a good trip, letting them be appreciated. Okay? One thing you don't do, you don't appreciate and honor your father or your mother on the Lord's Day. Okay? What do I mean by that? As far as you don't throw like a big party when you're supposed to be honoring Christ. So you must know the laws of the Most High, so you know when you could do what. All right? Because a lot of people will just end up, guess what? It's Saturday, let's throw a big party, and guess what? Saturday is the day of the Lord, so what's going to be happening? You're going to be worshiping your father or your mother. Okay? We don't want that. Verse 8, it says, "Honor thy father and thy mother, both in word and deed, and a blessing may come upon thee from them." So it's the same thing, you honor the Most High in retrospect, and then you honor your father and your mother. All right? Verse 9, it says, "For the blessing of the father establisheth the houses of children, but the curse of the mother root out foundations." These are simple things you got to meditate on. All right? Verse 17, it says, "My son, go on with thy business in meekness." You be humble. You don't try to be, a boastful and just act like, what you selling, whatever you doing in business is not, no other businesses around. You got to be humble and meek. All right? So it says, "My son, go on thy business in meekness, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved." All right, chapter 4. Chapter 4 goes into, helping out the poor. All right, helping out the poor in spirit. Verse 5 says, "Turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him." All right, so going back to the commandments again, you must know the Most High wants us to honor our people who at least believe in the Most High, trust in the Most High. Okay? That is where you end up getting your best. That's where you end up getting your blessings. Okay? Verse 10, "Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a husband unto their mother, so shalt thou be as a son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth." So it's good when you have, say you're a man and you're married to a woman who has children. The Most High is gonna bless that. A lot of times things don't work out. Sometimes they do, but for you who stick it out, there's blessings. Let's see. Let's go to chapter 5. Chapter 5 was going into, making sure you don't be covetous and greedy. And, it says, "Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. So even though you have riches and honor, you don't want to be that person to be like, yo, you know what? I have enough, man. You know, to hell with y'all. I have enough. Verse 5, concerning appropriation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. So you got to be careful that, you jot all your I's, all right, and cross the T's, and make sure you're not adding sin to sin, all right? If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. So if somebody asks you a question about being an Israelite or whatever, yo, give them the understanding. If not, lay thine hand upon thy mouth. And the same thing. If somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, guess what? You don't have to make anything up. You just tell them you don't know it. All right? You will get back to them later. Chapter 10. A wicked soul shall destroy him that hath it. So if you're already hot temper, you're wicked, you're always planning evil, you dream about how to get people, just know it's going to come back to you. All right, it says, a wicked soul shall destroy him that hath it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies. Sweet tongue will multiply friends, and a fierce speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. So if you are a person that's out here, especially, guess what, you're a police officer or you're somebody in the public light, and you are always angry, you never give nobody a sweet answer, guess what you're going to get back? You're going to get back confrontation when you go on the job. You're going to have fear for your life. All right? Verse 7, it says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. Now, even in Israel, they teach this a lot. All right? When you hear this, this is going into, all right, say you meet a new girl, you're single, all right, the guy's single, and you want to talk to each other, you want to find out about each other. A lot of people want to rush into a relationship, get married right away without proving that person. So when you hear in Israel, they say, yo, did you prove that person? It's meaning, did you spend the time to get to know that person so when now, if you guys do get married, you're not surprised, all right, of how the person really is, okay? Be wise. Practice wisdom. Prove a friend. All praises to the Most High. Thanks for watching this and listening to this review with me. Remember, guys, subscribe to 12 Tribes Culture, okay? Much appreciated. God bless.